Welcome to another exciting live stream, guys. I'm your host, Taladia Plays, and I'm joined, of course, by my co host, Jared from Comics League. So let's get him in. That is, he is the SuperWonder fan. So let's get him his intro.
Hi there.
Hi.
How
And
are you? Let's do this.
let's do this. I just tweeted out the stream. So letting people know that we are live.
Yeah, and
And
I will
we're
do this.
here
I
to,
will retweet.
we're covering issue 3, guys. 3. Yes, this is where Super Wonder begins.
Hang on one sec. Okay. So, all right. So, all right. So again, we're talking about Justice League issue 3. Now, let's get caught up on the story so far. So, the Justice League is forming and the parademons are invading. And I've teased, and the title of the stream should put this up. So, I guess we should get into it.
Shall we?
So, it's no surprise, it's no secret who shows up in this issue. So, we open up in Washington D.C. It's actually at the White House, and what's kind of funny, and they did this really well, I think, in the movie. Steve Trevor is is in the White House. Diana was supposed to be having a meeting with the president, but she just walked out. And I love where he goes. So she just walked right out. Why didn't you stop her? And one of the Secret Service agents that goes, "You're kidding, right?" Like she punched a hole in the wall. What are we gonna do?
Yeah.
Then our lovely lady Diana shows up looking all good. I love the new 52 armor design because it's simple. It's not overly
It's
designed.
simple.
It's just simple.
It's simple. Good looking, by the way. Must say.
Yes,
He,
exactly. I love it. So, and this is where we get the famous ice cream scene from Wonder Woman. It's from this comic.
yes, the famous ice cream scene from this comic. Uh,
I love it. She's like, ice cream is so good. Hey, what's up?
hey,
Oh,
what's the Pika?
That's Mr. Orr from Super. Oh yeah, it is kind of him. It's interesting. Oh yeah, because it is because there was a guy in Superman for Tomorrow, as Pika indicated, that has like a mustache, just like a character in that book. So what happens next is Steve shows up and goes, "Diana, you can't just walk away." She goes, "I got bored. What do you want me to do?" And then Parademon showed up, and then she goes, "Oh great, combat!" And then she just takes off and goes fighting because she's Diana.
Of course,
Then I'm sorry, go ahead.
she's into that stuff. She loves fighting. So,
Yeah, and then so now we cut back to Star Labs. Victor is in really bad shape, and by all accounts, he's dead. So
yeah.
what Silas decides, I'm not going to let him die. I'm going to take him to the Red Room where they keep all the alien tech.
Yeah.
And then over here we get this dope action scene of all the Justice Leaguers fighting parademons. I love where Flash where like Batman goes, "Hey, we need to take a step back and regroup. We're overextending ourselves." Then Flash goes, "Yeah, tell that to Superman." And Superman just takes a truck, goes, "Come on, smile for me." Then they had this in the animated movie.
That's it. Smile for me.
That is the animated movie to a T. It is so good. I love this scene. Then they put Cyborg, well, spoiler alert, he becomes Cyborg, on the table. It's basically teasing it. What I like about this book is that they advance the subplots a little bit, then move to another subplot. Return a little bit. It kind of extends it a little bit instead of saying all of Cyborg stuff happens here, all of Superman stuff happens here. Parademons are abducting people. And then all of a sudden, Action Comics homage, with the truck. That's right.
Yes.
So then all of a sudden they hear creatures of evil back to Hades. This is such a kick-ass image, pun intended.
Yes, that's the thumbnail for this. That's the thumbnail for this one.
Yeah, and then I love the interaction. Flash is like, Wow. And of course, Green Lantern's like, dibs.
You're strong.
I know. I just love that interaction. I wish we got this in the movies. So
Actually, we
now,
did though. We did though.
kind of, but we didn't get the I'm strong, I know line. Yes, it is. This right here is worthy of a splash page right there. So then back at Star Labs, so essentially what's happening with Cyborg is that the apocalyptic energy is eating his skin away, his body essentially. So what they decide, they're gonna inject him with these nanites that are gonna repair his skin, and it kind of it does that, but it also permanently connects him to the internet.
Yes,
Uh,
permanently.
And I love Diana. Greetings, warriors! What a fine day for combat.
I find that so funny.
And then Cyborg is connected to the mother boxes, and he has a vision of like Apocalypse and Darkseid. Then what's kind of cool is that they have a tower coming out of the ocean, a like apocalyptic tower.
Ah,
And something comes out of the ocean, and then someone goes, "I was hoping you could tell." Someone goes, "What's that?" And then someone goes, "I was hoping you could tell me." They were in the water too. So who's in charge? I vote me. And then Arthur Curry, the Aquaman.
I hate that name.
You hate Arthur Curry?
No, the Aquaman.
Why do you hate
I,
the Aquaman? That's a cool name.
no, in the movie, it's supposed to be a pun, Jared.
Yeah.
In the movie, it says, "I hate that name."
Oh
And
yeah, yeah,
so,
yeah. It is. Yeah. Okay. There you go. But so that's issue 3. Again, we were treated to fantastic art, like utterly immaculate art. The way
of
Jim Lee draws
course,
rain, the way he draws action, the way he draws a splash. As Jim Lee knows how to make a splash page worth it.
exactly.
Uh,
A plus.
and then, of course, we get the first meeting of Superman and Wonder Woman.
That's just like reminiscing of the good times
And then the
of
one
our
thing I will
series.
mention from the Tomasi book, because it's relevant to this, there was a scene where like Diana's reflecting, and then she goes, she reflects to this moment and goes, "That's I knew then that Clark and I would be together."
Why do we have to bring up his name? I never
I
know.
had to because it kind of relates to like what we're doing here. I kind of had to because it
Okay.
relates to the story we're telling.
So, in my opinion, this issue was worth reading for me because I felt the impact with the characters, especially with the characters that are already connected with each other, like Superman, Batman, Green Lantern, Flash,
Mm-hmm.
them working as a team.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, that was great to see.
Superman going, "Come on, smile for me."
Yeah, and you know whose voice I could hear in that?
Alan Tudyk. It's Alan Tudyk in that.
No, Henry Cavill.
Yeah, I wish we got that.
All I can hear is Henry Cavill's voice says, "Smile for me."
Yeah, I just love that. I just love that.
That's all I could hear, and I was just like, yes. As for Batman, I could only hear one voice,
Ben Affleck.
either Ben Affleck or Kevin Conroy.
Yeah. Next week, I mean, and next episode, there will be a line that the Snyder cut took straight from the comic book, and I'll point it out. And hey, maybe you'll have it, but it's a pretty cool thing. So what I like about this series, particularly Volume 1, is that they keep that, because the way Justice League origin stories typically go is that the heroes are conveniently in one spot. Now, what's cool about the way Geoff Johns writes this book is he writes like 8 subplots going at the same time. You got the Wonder Woman one, you have the you have the Green Lantern and Batman one, you have the Superman one, you have the Flash one, you have the Wonder Woman one together, but it doesn't feel like it's overwhelming. It feels the most part like you're getting like 8 stories in one.
Hmm.
And it's in a way that's really, really, really it's a way that's like really, really convenient for the reader. It's not overwhelming. Do you agree with me on that?
Yes, I it
Hmm?
it's it just blows my mind the way the issue works, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and the thing about it also is when you look at it,
Hmm.
this is again, I said this when we first started issue one. This is pretty much the purpose of this. The reason why they put Geoff Johns and Jim Lee on this book together for like the first like two volumes is because they want, and they were starting the new 52. They wanted to have an example of this is what we're doing. Hey, what's up, Tevia? This is the direction we're going, and this is where the standards were supposed to hold people at. Hell of a standard, if I may say so myself.
Yeah. Besides that one name, everything else is just great.
Yeah, I know. But it's kind of funny if you look at Aquaman. He's got a stubble and long-ish hair, so they were already starting the Momoa-ness.
Yeah, you could say
Except
the
I don't
Momoa.
think he had tats in this. I don't think that was until Rebirth that he got the tattoos.
No, it was not until Rebirth. No, and no Tevia.
We're not
Snyder.
talking. What?
We're
Go
not
ahead.
talking. We're not talking about Super Sons. This issue.
Well, of course. But yeah. So all in all, again, this is probably one of my favorite issues of the volume because of that interaction and the way that. Again, I like it when they sort of slow build toward the main threat because if you notice, Darkseid hasn't shown up yet.
Yes,
Yeah, he hasn't shown up yet, and that's what I like about this. It's just, and if you didn't know who the
it's the tease.
parademons were, yeah, it's a strategic tease. Well, if you didn't know, if you were a DC fan, you knew who was invading the minute you see parademons.
Yeah,
But with the way they do it here is that it's a little bit more like
darker.
teasing. Fun fact: at the exact same moment this is happening, Steppenwolf is invading Earth too.
Yes,
So that's
dark side.
I like the way they kind of merge those two ideas together. I thought that
To
was
the
really cool.
yeah. But when I read it, I was just like, question. Tevia's got a question for us. Do you think Darkseid was wasted in this first
No,
arc?
I don't.
I don't.
Why would I? There is the idea that they maybe shouldn't have started with Darkseid because where you're gonna go after Darkseid because he's like a god, but I think it was kind of cool. It's a way of showing how powerful the new heroes are first, and then you can like because there's plenty of other villains that you could build toward, like psychological villains.
I mean, what would have made sense, in my opinion, would have been Brainiac over Darkseid.
Well, they already did Brainiac in the Superman book.
No, no, no. So him trying to invade Earth
He did that in the Superman book.
in the first, because I don't think
Action
I haven't.
Comics book. Grant Morrison's Action Comics. That's where Clark gets the Kryptonian armor from Brainiac's ship.
Oh, okay. That that makes more sense. But it would have been cool though if there was no dark side, if there was no like no invasion from Darkseid and Superman didn't get the Kryptonian armor from Brainiac. Can you imagine Brainiac's invasion and that's when Superman gets the Kryptonian armor with the
That
Justice League?
yeah. The thing about it again is I don't is and Tevia, I could see why the Star of the Conqueror could have been cool here. There is an argument that they could that it would have been better if they built up to Darkseid if Darkseid was like the villain at the end of the run instead of like the first villain you fight, and you could have used like Starro and stuff. And yeah, Tevi is right there. And but the thing is, again, I like the idea of if you're starting big with a completely new universe, you're starting big, go with the biggest bad.
I agree. I agree there.
Because actually, throughout Justice League, you'll find out Darkseid is pretty much the big bad of the entire run. So it's not like they defeat him here and he goes away.
Pika says Starro was saved up for the montage issue between this arc and the villain's journey.
Yeah, yeah.
That's a cameo.
They'll put Starro as in an arc.
But I felt though like what they did with this comic issue was just like was great. Wonder Woman though was exactly felt exactly the same as how it was in War World. Sorry, Justice League War. Sorry, it felt exactly the same.
Well, yeah, and that's one of the things I loved about that animated movie is that it was pretty much as close to this as possible. I still don't like the Darkseid's New Origin from the New 52 because he got a new origin in the New 52, or do you mean him being used in this arc? Because I don't think he got a new origin in this.
No, I don't think he got a new origin either. I I, I believe that um
What okay, where? Give me a citation, Tavia. Where is that said? How give me some evidence.
give us some proof.
If you're talking about his look, that doesn't mean he gets. It was during the villains month. Where was that? I don't remember that. Oh, there was an omnibus that was like the villain's origins for New 52, if that's what you're talking about. But I don't remember that.
No, neither do I.
Hey, Tevi, if you have a citation, as in like an issue that it happens in, you're more than welcome to drop it in the chat.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's the one. Okay, if you can give me the issue, I can pull it up on DCU and we can check it out. But so Taladia, let me ask you this. So in light of this, all right, so where does this issue rank so far with the other issues we've covered so far?
Easily number one.
Really? Because SuperWonder, it gets that SuperWonder boost?
Yeah, it gets that boost. It gets my seal of approval.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah, I agree too. It's one of the best ones. That's the thing. That's the cool part about this arc, about this run.
Yeah.
Each issue gets better than the last one.
Of course, yes.
Like it literally is. Justice League 23.1 is the issue with the Darkseid origin. Okay, I'll check that out. Thank you very much, Tevia. Justice League 23.1. I'm going to check that out. Okay, here we go. 23.1. I want to check this because... Well, here's the thing, Tevia. Did they ever give Darkseid an origin prior to this? Because this is pretty much the origin that everyone thinks of. He killed his fathers. I mean, he killed all of his relatives, absorbed their power, and then became the Lord of Apocalypse.
Yeah.
That's pretty much that. I don't know why. I don't know how. I don't know what the issue is. But anyway, so that's pretty much where I go. That's pretty much like where
issue.
Go ahead.
That's pretty much what issue 3 is, and honestly, like I said, it's a great issue. And if I, from the 3 issues that I've read so far, this has been the top one. Does it beat SuperWonder though? No, it does not. It's still not.
Yeah. Pikachu's
This
asked a good question. What origin did Jack Kirby give Darkseid in his fourth World Series? I have the.
you should know.
I don't know because I just have the New Gods series. I don't have the Fourth World trade. I need to pick that up. I'll pick that up the next time I go to the comic book store. But in terms of that, I'm not sure. So Pika says, I think so, yeah. But his origin was by Jack Kirby, and basically his new origin made him a farmer. What was his origin in Jack Kirby?
Yeah, what was his origin? Enlighten me, because that's something I would like to know.
But think about it this way, though. Even if he was like a farmer per se, can you imagine you start off as a farmer, then become the most feared being in the universe? Actually, in the multiverse.
Yeah, I can just imagine it.
That's actually a really kick-ass story. It shows that you never know who's going to be a hostile.
You'll never know.
But anyway, so Taladia, I got a question for you. So
Yeah,
you know what Darkseid failed to do?
invade Earth.
Kill the Justice League.
We'll,
I
we'll,
was trying to
we'll
do a
save that.
segue.
We'll save that for 5 minutes. I want to get the
Oh, okay.
opinions in the chat. Now, this is the time, guys, because we got 5 minutes before we change topics.
Yeah.
This is the time, guys, where you guys ask us questions
Go ahead.
about issue 3 or about the new 52 Justice League series, whether or not what you want to ask us, because Jared is obviously the comics lord, as you guys know.
Thank you.
He is.
Thank you. You may all
He,
bow before me.
so if you got any questions about New 52, he will be the guy you can ask. Or you can ask me about what I thought about the comic so far, whatnot. So feel free to ask us questions.
I did do my own reaction to Suicide Squad. Yeah, that's cool.
So did I. So did
We're
I.
going to talk about that in a second. We're going to talk all about that new
Inside, Insider.
Insider that came out.
Yeah, we'll be talking about that in a few minutes. We just want to obviously want to give the audience their chance to obviously ask questions in regards to today's issue, and furthermore, if you guys do want to ask Jared the Comics Lord, that should be your new nickname, Jared the Comics Lord.
Speaking of new 52 Justice League, how do you feel about the Justice League being Martian Man? I thought that, I mean, I can, because the way they got it, Taladia, I don't necessarily want to get into why they did that yet, because that's a spoiler for a future issue.
Okay.
But I didn't mind it. That's just me. But I'm not going to go into that much detail, because that's a spoiler in not this volume and not the volume after that. I think, is it volume 2? Actually, I think volume 2 is, no, actually, volume 3. Hey, what's up, Daniel?
Hey, Daniel. We were just talking about issue 3.
Volume 3 is when they talk about that particular incident. But the point is, I was fine with it. As for the issue itself, how do you feel about Darkseid build up? And I like the build up.
I love
100%.
I love the build up.
Because again, we haven't seen Darkseid yet. We see him at the end of the next issue. Spoiler alert, but I have to tease it.
Yeah, he has to tease it.
But I like this because you want that's that slow burn of building up the villain. If you're a new DC Comics reader, you have no idea who this is. If you're like us, you know who this is.
Yeah.
And if you notice, this is kind of like the Snyder cut, because remember, the Justice League didn't see Darkseid until the very end.
This is where Zack Snyder got the thinking.
Yes, exactly.
Pika's asking, you think Zack Snyder improved Wonder Woman in the DCU by having her be a century wiser or on the man's world, rather than having her out just like this in the comics?
I prefer the wiser and jaded, because it works for that version of Wonder Woman in that world. Because remember, that's realistically what the characters would be like if they were in the world now. And have you seen the world? It's dark as hell. So you want to so it makes sense that for this world specifically, she would be a little jaded. Hey, what's up, Ruth? How you doing?
Hey, Ruth. Hey, how you doing? We're here talking comics, of course. I don't know if she but yeah, we're talking about issue 3, which is when Wonder Woman makes her impact into the Justice League in the New 52 comic
Yeah,
series.
you know what? I'll share some more art. Let me pull up the issue real quick.
Yeah, pull up the issue for issue 3 because Tevia's asking question. What about Steppenwolf and his cameo in the story? Because of me, I would have made more it would have made more sense for as a first villain for the New 52 than
No, it
Darkseid.
wouldn't. It wouldn't, because here's why. If you bring in Steppenwolf and not Darkseid for the Justice League's first villain in this, people are going to be like, why didn't they just, if they're going to send Steppenwolf, if they were going to use a new god to invade the DC universe, why didn't they just use Darkseid?
And Darkseid's much more of a bigger threat.
Yeah, Steppenwolf, the main Justice League could just toss around like a freaking rag doll.
Yes, this panel's
I mean,
great.
look at that. I love that because each one's using their talents. Green Lantern is like blasting parademons with like a drill thing. Batman is kicking ass.
Superman's just like,
Oh,
come here,
I
boy.
love this line. I love this line. So Batman goes, I am, I mean, Batman goes to Green Lantern. You need to calm down. I am calm, Batman. I'm always calm. That's not what it looks like. Hey, worry about yourself. You don't have any powers.
I find that funny.
Yeah, I love when the Justice League makes fun of Batman not having powers. Although technically he does super intellect, but that's just me. And then obviously you get the amazing splash page, which is the intro of Wonder Woman. I mean, look at that. Tell me that is not one of the best Wonder Woman images.
Yes. So, sorry, 1 second.
Yeah. So, by the way, a question in New 52 Justice wasn't how to join the Green Lantern still intact. Yeah, that was the problem. I'll admit that's a problem with the New 52. If it was selling, it stuck around, like Batman's continuity and Green Lantern's continuity. So tell me, Blackest Night happened, but these characters don't mention it, have never met each other, and the characters that are very essential to Blackest Night don't exist in this continuity. What?
It doesn't make sense, right?
It doesn't exactly. It makes zero sense.
And yes, by the way, the splash is amazing.
Yes, it is. I mean, look at that. It is just so good. And I just love it. She's like slashing a path through yeah, that splash paper could be a wallpaper for a piece or a tablet. I may use that. I love where she just cutting a swath through parademons. And then Green Lantern, dibs.
Dibs.
I just love that. I love that. That is the best ever. I like the way the movie did it a little more. Because when he did that in the movie, he like flew over to go say hi to her, and then as he was approaching her, Superman just stops in front of him and just mean mugs him.
Yeah. So I think that's a good way to end that because that
Mm-hmm.
discussion, especially that side segment for this stream, the segment for issue 3. So if you guys come here late, make sure you rewind it to the beginning as we cover the issue and talk about it. And also make sure you hit that like button, guys. It's very important you guys hit that like button, hit that, and share the stream with your friends. So because that would extremely help. So shall we talk about it, Jared?
Yeah, so now we're gonna talk about the people getting upset that the Suicide Squad kills the Justice League in the game called Suicide Squad Kills the Justice League.
Yes, people are getting upset over it, and obviously we're not going to talk about the league at hand, but we're just going to be talking about our theories about it.
I'm just gonna say this. Calm down, people.
Yeah,
Calm down.
it's just a video game.
Well, not
Why
only
you have to?
that, not every leak is accurate. What they'll sometimes do is they'll put out like a couple of true things and then some not true things in order to like say have the
Hold up
studio
before
just yeah.
before we think his tech has got Pika's got an ad.
Mm-hmm.
And Ruth, by the way, I've made you a mod just to you
Mm-hmm.
know because
So
I felt like it.
oh yeah, Peak is getting ads. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Um, we're not going to talk about the Pacific League, Tevia. But
No,
what would
and please don't spoiler in the chat.
don't spoil it for in the chat because that will immediately cause a ban. But anyway, uh, our theories, like we want to talk about our theory about this, right?
Mm-hmm.
How do you think the Justice League is going to be killed off?
Because I mean, partly for shock value and for like clickbait. Because if you're selling a game that's called Suicide Squad Kills the Justice League,
Yeah.
that's about as clickbait as you can get, my friend.
But just remember, Rocksteady have pulled a twist on this before, especially in considering in Batman Arkham Knight when they said, "Oh, the Arkham Knight was not Jason Todd," and yet it was Jason Todd.
But if the leaks are to be believed, at least a few of the members
Do
do
survive.
do maybe survive, but a few of them do die.
And Tevye, to be honest with you, like if you watch the the Suicide Squad Insider, I've got really good hopes for this game.
Because, by the way, I'm interested to see. I love this episode, but I can't wait for the next one because that's going to be about end game content, and we can find out if like the story continues. Because if the story continues, first off, we know that our 4 Suicide Squad members don't die if the story continues. Because how are they going to do that? And so if they don't die, so we got that. And the thing is, do you want to discuss one particular thing of the leaks real quick that you and I were talking about earlier?
Yeah, go on.
All right, so take this with a massive grain of salt. And by the way, this could be false. Again, don't take every leak as truth. But a leak said that the multiverse factors in. Now, what Talati and I were saying is that if they do the multiverse, hey, what's up, Jeff?
Hey, Jeff.
If
And yes, you're a member. You got a
sweet,
membership here.
if they do the multiverse, that's the best way to bring in the new Batman actor. Because if James Gunn is to be believed and they're continuing the Arkhamverse after this, they're going to need a new Batman. Let's face it.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, they're going to need a new Batman. And by the way, I'm sorry if you want to highlight this one.
Thanks. No problem. It's luck of the draw.
Which members do you think will die? Because for me, I really want Superman. Superman is probably going to die. I got news for you. Superman is probably going to die.
But the multiverse feels like an.
The multiverse they'll probably use to. Well, yeah, it is Tevia.
If it's
If it's true, that's how they're going to bring in the new Batman voice actor because they need it. Because if they're going to continue the universe, they can't ignore Batman. Let's face it. Because remember, all of this comes after James Gunn says, "Oh, we're going to continue the Arkhamverse." To be fair, I like the kind of. To be fair, I think like you said, shock value sells. It's a different USP. Yeah. But again, the thing is, if they bring in the multiverse, which is like the parallel worlds, that is how they bring in another Batman voice actor. Because again, like I said repeatedly, can you ignore Batman in the Arkhamverse?
Yo, Jeffries just sends a super sticker of $1. Thank you.
What do you
And
think, Tevia? I mean,
Roost,
Taladia.
why do you call me Jeffy?
What do you think, Taladia?
I think the whole multiverse thing is a really good idea.
Me
If
too.
my
And this is coming for someone that's tired of multiverses. I'm also curious, where's Aquaman? That
Ocean
is,
Man,
he makes a good question because they haven't brought up Aquaman.
yeah,
Wait, what if he's like the ace in the hole?
Aquaman, the link, the Aquaman, the link, the missing link.
Yeah, the missing link. That's good. I like that. I like that.
What did you say? Uh,
And Ruth says, "Hi Jeff, I'm new and just joined the chat group, and we love having you, Ruth."
we love having you, Ruth. Yes.
So that's really where I could see that going. What do you think, to Lottie, in terms of like all this, like where's Aquaman and all that?
I, I I don't know where Aquaman is. Maybe maybe they'll bring Aquaman in the fold in a later game. You never know. Remember what James Gunn said. This isn't the last time we hear from the Arkhamverse.
Mm-hmm.
Think about it.
And again, if those rumors are to be believed, that's the thing. Oh,
Yes.
or the rest of the Green Lantern Corps is in this game because you have Jon Stewart but no Hal Jordan. That is true. That could also come out later, and that Hal shows up or something like that. Like maybe he's a DLC character you team up with, not necessarily play as, but team up with.
We team up with, yeah.
That'd be interesting. But
1 second.
yeah.
But when it comes down to Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League, like it's gonna be a crazy wild game. The Insider was great though. Don't get me
It
wrong.
was fun. But Tevia says we could open up the door for some Teen Titans members to be bad families to show up in this game. If the
I don't
leaks
think
are to be true, you don't want them showing up.
no, you really don't want the Teen Titans to show up in this. But I will say this, like, because we've got half an hour before we end.
Mm-hmm.
I was gonna say that the Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League Insider episode 2 was probably the most impressive thing I've seen to date.
Yeah, they put a lot of detail into this game, which I'll appreciate. It doesn't look like the typical looter shooter, so I appreciate that. I also like all the different characters that are coming in, and I gotta say that one character reveal. I mean, I don't know if you want to just explicitly say who it is, but that one character reveal at the end, that was cool the way they did it.
Yeah, that one character that we won't mention, the way it was revealed, I was shocked that they did that. On the second episode too, mind you. Like
Mm-hmm.
the way they did that, it was just like I was just like, what? The second episode, and you're announcing that that mystery character. We'll put it like that. Um, TP and Jared, you guys are both. No, we haven't got the game
No,
hasn't come out yet.
the game comes out in February, and we will be streaming it co-op. So I'll be carrying the entire team. So I'm
Actually,
fine with that.
I'm gonna be carrying you because
Hey, whoa! Let's be clear here.
I'm the tank player here, right?
I'm the marksman. You need the marksman. The marksman
You,
carries
you,
the entire team. I can
no,
take out
it's the
targets from the
tank.
distance.
It's the tank. The tank player takes the heavy damage.
Yes, but the marksman doesn't have to take the heavy damage because I'm taking stuff out from a distance.
No, but you remember we're gonna be streaming this day one.
Oh yeah. As soon as I can get the game and have it installed and everything, it would be great.
Because I'm pre-ordering it next week.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna be pre-ordering it ASAP. I'm waiting to see if they have a collector's edition, because if so, I'll just pre-order that. If not, I'll just pre-order the game, whichever one they want to
Deluxe
go with.
deluxe edition, yeah.
Yeah, I'm happy to see Hack in the game. Yeah, I didn't know Hack was a character, really.
Yeah, I did not know that either.
hmm And by the way, Tevia, that one character reveal, they've done that in the comics before, so that's why I was like, okay, they're doing that. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah,
Particularly when they mentioned that character's name, I was like, wait a second. And I was like, oh, that's how they bring that character back. And I'm like, okay, that makes sense.
you know what I just thought, Jared?
What?
We could talk about this, I think, a
Yeah.
little bit. Splash versus Sonic.
I mean, movies or characters?
Movies.
Sonic
They can
wins
make
because they have better
no,
CGI.
no. They can use it if they buy it.
Oh yeah, so you want to talk about that real quick?
Yeah, well, real quick
So,
before we
so
go
it
back to
just
the
came
Suicide
out
Squad.
that Warner Brothers and Paramount are discussing a possible merger. And by the way, apparently, Sil Abdul tweeted about this, and he indicated that, according to business journals, Universal wants to purchase both Warner Brothers and Paramount. So this could end up being very good for us. This could turn out being another merger, which confuses me because doesn't Warner Brothers have a high likelihood of going bankrupt?
Yeah, Warner Brothers are going bankrupt anyway.
So I'm like, why would they be selling stuff? But it would be kind of cool because then you could get a live action Batman TMNT movie. Isn't that a monopoly?
No,
Not necessarily. Not necessarily, Tevia.
not necessarily. No, but anyway, back to Suicide Squad, shall
That's a
we?
Suicide Squad. That is correct.
Um, how do you feel about the fact that the skins in the game? Because they did show some skins, some really
I
cool
like
stuff
them.
in there.
I like them. I like the Justice League skins. You know
No,
we're
no,
gonna.
no.
Hmm?
I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the skins that they were showing off today in today's Insider.
I like those. Those look dope. I'm excited. Everything looks really good. Everything looks really good. It's all good, J Heap.
It's all
Everything
good,
looks
Jay.
really good from what I can see. Visually, gameplay wise, it looks like a fun game.
Yeah, visually stunning, and that's why I'm picking it up. I don't care what the haters say. I'm picking up regardless because I can play with friends.
Yeah, I'm checking it out because first off, it's DC. I'll try it. I'll look at anything with that has the DC logo on it. You know me, I'm the DC
Yeah,
head. But it's also like a co-op game that I can play with all of us, so that's gonna be great.
it's gonna be fun.
Mm-hmm.
Tevia's asking a really good question here.
Speaking
Well,
of
speaking of,
justice, that's a good question.
that's a good question
That's
because
that would be pretty epic because you're fighting the Justice Leaguers, so that's gonna be pretty dope.
yes,
That's gonna be pretty dope. I mean, the one that I'm like really interested to see is Superman because you're a bunch of human level characters fighting Superman. How is that gonna work? Even the bad stuff like Gotham Knights. Gotham Knights was not bad. I personally enjoyed it. I'm just gonna tell you that right there. And apparently,
it
I've
met
seen
sales.
information that there's gonna that it's sold to Warner Brothers's expectations,
Yes.
and B, we could be getting some more updates. This is just for what I have heard from independent sources.
Wait, are you not telling me you got some inside information that I don't know
Just
about?
from some YouTubers that I've watched that I think are pretty reliable. They have indicated that based on like what's going on with the Steam page and everything like that, we could be getting some more updates for the game.
I was about to say, when did Jared get this whole little game?
I'm the scooper now. I'm the scooper now.
So, like the way I feel, it's like I also think that, when it comes down to Suicide Squad, I think that the Suicide Squad game is very intriguing on how they set this up.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if they're gonna do like a prequel thing where they show us, oh, so this is how we get to see what how Brainiac takes over the Justice League.
Yeah, exactly. What they could do a Justice League game in the Arkham universe, make it a prequel to this. There you go.
Mm,
They've done that before because remember we have Arkham Origins.
yeah, but like I said, I have a funny feeling Warner Brothers right now it is gonna meet sales expectations, but it's not gonna get good reviews. That's what I'm thinking with the Suicide Squad.
We'll see. It just depends if the gameplay is good. And from what I've seen of like people that have played the game and are under NDA, they say I can't say anything, but I've enjoyed it or something like that. I've heard some people say they like it.
I mean, this is the third. This is the third time that we're killing off well,
Batman, yeah, exactly. And in Gotham Knights, they did it twice.
yeah,
We also got Brainiac. Yeah, the Brainiac design looks really good. And I'm currently working on a Batman Superman. That's a good one. That's
that's
a
a
good
good
movie.
movie. That's a good movie.
I'm curious if we're going to see other members of the Justice League in this game too, besides the 5 we
There's o-
have now.
there's only 5.
Probably, yeah. I was about to say Justified because they would have given us more information if there were going to be more than 5.
Plus, I do know one thing though. This game has got me hyped to play with my friends.
Oh yeah, we're gonna be shooting Brainiac drones. I'm gonna be carrying Taladia because
Hey, no, 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 no.
I've seen you play Arkham games, dude. You need lots of carrying. You guys, yeah, exactly. Nick is not really into the game itself. He's not impressed, but yeah, we'll all play. We'll all stream it and play co-op at
Yeah,
the same time. 100%.
we,
So you'll get to see us trash talk each other.
yeah, you'll get to criticize our gameplay, especially when I criticize Jared when he tries to fly
Oh, you
around in
mean
his
when
jet.
you mean when I carry your the entire team because I'm a better shot than all
Well,
y'all?
wait, because I'm gonna tell you this, right? I'll be the one who gets the winner, winner chicken dinner
This
this
isn't a
episode.
battle royale, so why would you get that?
Oh, I'll tell you afterwards. I'll tell you that there's a reason for that. I'll get a
Oh,
winner
you know what? I
chicken dinner.
just realized that I did. I think it just clicked for me. By the way, and Tevia says, which killing off Batman in this game does worry me because But I mean, if they want, it's called Kill the Justice League.
There's a point. There's the whole purpose
It's
of this
not
being
called
it.
Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League, comma, except Batman.
Or
It's called Kill the
Suicide Squad.
Justice League.
Don't pretend we kill the Justice League. It's not that.
Suicide Squad, we killed the Suicide Squad killed the Justice League. ... April Fools.
But
Now
still,
here's I got a funny idea for a game.
go on, go
Justice
on.
League kill the Suicide Squad. Easiest game ever.
No, I got a better one. Justice League versus Darkseid.
So a Justice League game that would work
Yeah,
based on New 52. That would work.
that would work. Yeah, I can see that. I can see it happening, right? But I wanted to ask you this, right? Because we're getting so close to Wonder Woman, the Wonder Woman video game. Because don't forget, the Suicide Squad game comes out literally 1 month and 10 days time.
Mm-hmm.
So literally next month we'll be able to
Mm-hmm.
play it. Um, and then after that, there's going to be a year's full of content, and there is going to be Endgame.
Ruth says I will be
Ruth,
there to watch that.
ooh,
Here's the thing, and we look forward to having you,
Ruth,
Taladia. Here's the thing.
yeah,
I think that people will be more merciful to the game if the end game content is good. If that next insider comes out and it wows people, I think this game could do really well.
all he just needs is 3 insiders and gets the fans going.
Yeah, because in other words, because a lot of people are going to be like, okay, I'll play this game and then I'll leave. But if the end game content is really good, like if they add more, not just more characters, more missions, if they keep giving you stuff to do, I guarantee you, and it's fun stuff. And if they have like maybe mission replay, so you can play it on higher difficulties and
Difficult,
stuff, I
yeah,
guarantee you it will get a better review.
of course. And Ruth, we appreciate you being here, and I wasn't expecting you to be here for the stream at all. I think this is a big surprise for me. Um, but yeah, so Jared, like before we end the stream, of course, like Tevye says, I'm curious what the end game is for Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League is going to be about because this could end up being like an Avengers game situation all over again. No, it won't be like Avengers.
Because Avengers barely had any endgame content. Barely had any.
Yeah. So if I was Warner Brothers right now, I expect Warner Brothers Games, Rocksteady to potentially get this one as a winner looter shooter based game
Mm-hmm.
because there's crafting and there's different things within the game that I never thought we would get.
But
So
if they make it so you can play through the entire game without indulging in like a lot of that RPG mechanics, I think fans will be fine with it because it's when it gets like really grindy that people are like, I don't want to do this.
no, there's not going to be like loot boxes, but there is like ammo stuff, like you
Which
like
that makes sense because you're shooting guns in the game.
yeah. Plus the now I'll say this right. I believe that I believe when I get the chance to play Suicide Squad, Kill the Justice League, I believe that it will set my expectations really high.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I think.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Tevia says, speaking of characters, we have Toyman and Gizmo in the game too, which
Can we
is
talk about the awesome idea that we can use flying vehicles in the game?
that's gonna be so much fun.
That's gonna be sick as hell, dude.
That's
You
gonna be
guys can be driving in the flying vehicle, and I'll be dead shot with the jetpack.
that if you can keep yourself flying, because it is difficult to fly. I can tell you that much.
I think I can figure it out. I'm not like Taladia, who has difficulty being stealthy, or more accurately, Nick has difficulty being stealthy.
Hey, at least I'm better stuff than he is. So,
Mm-hmm.
but I'll say I will say this before we do our outro. Um, I'll say that when it comes down to Suicide Squad, Kill the Justice League, give it a chance. Don't
Yeah,
don't
don't
rub
believe
it.
all the craziness on the internet.
Don't believe everything you hear on the internet because everything could be wrong, or some of it could be wrong, and some of it could be right. Who
Because
knows?
again, what they always do, what leakers do, is they'll leak out fakes, mostly fake stuff, but one true thing, because they figure if the company comes out and says there were some leaks out right now, don't just please don't ruin it for other people. If they do that, then it looks like everything they said is true.
Yeah. So with that being said, we'll do our outros then. I believe. I think that's a good way to end it, don't you
Mm-hmm.
think?
Now it works for me.
So Jared, let them know what you got coming up on the channel. Let them know what the plans are for this week and for next year, really.
Sweet. So tomorrow at 5 p.m. we're doing the 200th episode of Under Two Capes. It's gonna be a live stream, so you guys can all come and hang out with us. We're doing a deep dive into the Superman Lives movie, the movie we almost got that stars in Nicolas Cage's Superman. And then on Friday at 6 p.m. we will be doing a live watch party and discussion of Zack Snyder's Rebel Moon. Finally, and then on Saturday at 9 p.m. EST, Britt and I will be doing episode 20 of SuperWonder Legacy live streamed, and we will be talking about the DC storyline Kingdom Come,
Ooh,
because that's really the birth of SuperWonder.
and that will be a live stream.
That will be a live stream.
Okay, cool, cool, cool. As for me, guys, well, I have just posted up my reaction video for Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League episode two's Insider. That's just posted up.
Mm-hmm.
I will myself and Sil Abdul have just done a collab, so expect that on his channel coming out pretty soon, where we talk about Suicide Squad and we talk about the Insomniac stuff and different things. But on top of that, I got a collab with Jay Heat again. as we got to talk about Budokai Tenkaichi 4
Hmm.
or Sparking Zero, because there's some really interesting stuff that I've seen that myself and Jahi have to discuss about. So yeah, make sure you guys do check out the stuff that I've got coming out. Also, if you guys want to collab with me or you want to become a member, you can hit that join button, guys. It's from 99 cents to 4.99. 99 cents, you get the Discord server. I prioritize you guys' comments and exclusive members videos and members only panels where you guys come on the panel where this is planned for next year, by the way. So I'll announce this now, is that next year I'm going to be doing members only streams, meaning you guys can hop on the panel that are members and we'll live stream and we could talk about anything from video games to movies to comics to sci-fi, whatever.
Hmm.
So there's a lot coming in
Yeah,
2024.
same for me. I got a lot of stuff that's in the works for 2024, and same thing for me. If you guys are interested in becoming a member of Comics League, just head over and click the join button for $1 a month.
Yeah, it's from $1 a month basically, and it's simply worth it. And like every money that you guys give us goes back into straight back into the stream, so we can give you guys content because that's our plan, is to
Hmm.
give you guys content. I know I was supposed to do a members only video or whatnot, but I haven't had the time to do it because I've been so busy with so many real life stuff. So it's like I can't. But I will say this: gaming streams are coming back. They're coming back big next month with Jared and Jahi, and possibly a special guest as well.
Yeah, Comics League gaming is going to happen.
Yeah. So on that note, Jared, you have the final say on this week's episode of Snyder Fans Read Comics.
Dark side is.
I thought you were gonna say inevitable.
No, because that's the line. Dark side is.
Dark Sides is. All right, cool. So on that note, we're out, guys. Peace.